And thank God we were talking about Russell Brand the other week.
Oh, I know.
5,
4,
3,
2,
and 1.
1.
Hello world, here's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, bienvenue, welcome to the happy hour.
Oh, Christ. We knew it. We knew it. I mean, we knew it was happening. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording.
Are you
Great.
recording?
My name is David Auger. I'm at Glaucus123 on Twitter.com. Metal Dave on Blue Sky and Metal Dave01 on Instagram. Joined as always by Veronica.
Yeah. I'm at CHILE_Pepper on the Twitter, on Threads, on Instagram, and CHILEPEPPER on Blue Sky.
Yeah, we're at Happy Hour. Happy Hour on Twitter. Happy Hour Pod on Instagram, which we gotta figure out what to do with that. Happyhour.com and
Give me
youtube.com
the
slash
login, I'll
happy
do it.
hour. What's that?
If you give me the login for the Instagram, I can look after it.
Nah,
I probably won't.
don't even sweat it. It's just
I won't do it. You're right.
I just have no. It's like it's one of those things where I came from a family of loggers, and I'm like, all I have to do is save a screenshot, switch accounts, upload it, share it to a story, switch to another account, share it to, and it's already like I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I have to
Well,
switch
what
like
I've
2
been
accounts.
doing-
Fuck this.
The only time I'm ever going to tweet anymore is just to post the pod.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm not even going to be there for hockey games.
Yeah.
Twitter is officially dead to me.
It
So,
sucks.
But so what I've been doing is I've been posting the YouTube, and then I've also been posting because some of the folks say, well, I only listen on my computer, with my headphones, or no, I only watch on YouTube. So I post all of the links to, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, whatever.
Yeah.
So just trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
For our devoted listeners.
Yeah, I should, as a programmer, I should find a way to make it easier. We had
Yeah.
Habs hockey this weekend.
Yes.
3 games worth of Habs hockey. The Prospects Challenge Tournament. Why do they call it that? Just call it the fucking rookie
Nobody can
rookie
remember.
tournament. The
Yeah.
rookie tournament. We had 3 games this weekend. I caught most of all of them. I had to miss a little bit of the one today against
I watched none of them.
Ottawa, and the Ottawa
They
one
won.
was quite spirited, and they did win, by the way.
Yeah.
I was worried after the first one because the Buffalo Sabres made
Yes, you
mincemeat of our lads, killed
That's our
them.
David.
It was a typical Habs routing where the goalie, Jakub Dobes, literally stood on his head. If that goalie was not there, the score would have been 10-3 easily, because the Habs were not picking it up. So let's see. This game was on Friday. All these games were in Buffalo, New York. So Buffalo being the home team, naturally, it was good for them. But here's who we had in the roster for the Habs. I'll go through the forwards and defense people right now. Top line, center, Owen Beck, one of our premier guys, flanked by Joshua Waugh and Emil Heineman. So those are 3, that's part of our main crop of, attackers there. Second line, Riley Kidney, centering, flanked by Philip Machar and Shane Farrell. Again, that top 6 there, we're hoping that something comes up from that. Then we keep going, and then we get to Jan Mysak, Cedric Guedan, and then, of course, Xavier Simenon for our third line, followed then by Jared Davison in the center, flanked by John Parker Jones. If people don't remember John Parker Jones, that man is about
John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, yes, exactly. He's about 8'2" off skates. He's a huge guy, just a massive, massive dude. John Parker Jones, and then Florian Jackeye. So the Jack guys were in town again. Then on defense, we got to see David Reinbacher and William Trudeau pairing up together. Reinbacher got his first point in a Habs uniform, unofficially. Followed then by, of course, Chris Ortiz and Logan Mailloux making up the second pairing. And then Michael Torigny, who people remember, I think we picked him last in the 2022 draft, like 5th or 6th round, like way.
Oh, I
way
remember
towards
that
the end.
perfectly.
And then Stanislav Demin. I do because it was the only Quebecer that the Habs drafted. I remember that.
Trudeau was not?
I
When was
think that
Trudeau
was a
drafted?
different,
A
either a
different
different
year?
draft or Trudeau maybe an Ontarian.
Mm,
I could
Oh,
be
wow.
wrong though. I don't know.
okay.
Either way, 3 goals, Xavier Simoneau, Michael Torigny, and Joshua Waugh. So those were all that. And then the Buffalo goes was Lindgren, Rosen, Savoy, Kozak, Savoy again, and then Yukushits. Like, Jesus Christ. It was just not a great outing by the Habs that first game. And I was like, damn, I hope that's not the rest of the tournament.
I thought you were going to say the rest of the season.
And it wasn't. Thank God. Because the next game was on. When was the 16th? Saturday! So the next day, 4-1 over the Bruins prospects. Thank fucking God. Quentin Miller in goal for the Habs, makes 26 saves, and again, looked great. Let's see, we had, of course, when it comes to these prospect and rookie tournaments, lineups were juggled a little bit. As we saw in the previous lineup, we had Owen Beck and then at center at the top. Owen Beck was sat for this game, and they moved Philip Machar from the wing to be the top centerman there. Yeah, for the second game. And I'm trying to think if there was any other major switches. Yeah, there was quite a few different names on here, like Ty Slamanik, if we recall, Riley Kidney, Yakov Novak, don't remember him, Isaac Dufour, Cedric Guidon, and Riley McKay. All of which, the bottom 6, different folks as opposed to the first game. For defense, Logan Mailloux, top pairing with Jaden Struble. And man, Mailloux, man, did he cough up a bad one in that game. Followed then Chris Ortiz, Michael Torigny, and then Stanislav Denim and Noah Launen. Don't know how to pronounce that. Either way,
How's it spelled?
Laauan. Laun.
That's like so many vowels. Is he Finnish or something?
I wonder. Let's check out. Laun.
My father-in-law would say, he's not finished. He's just getting started.
This poor boy is from Halifax, Nova Scotia. He is a true blue Canadian. Oh, that's so funny. Is he from Finland? Nah, he's a maritimer. It's okay.
We have to find out how his name
Oh,
is.
that is, I wish I knew. I have no idea off the top of my head
Yeah.
how one would do that.
Yep, no idea. I'm not even going to guess.
Unfortunately, no points for Laun. But Montreal goals by Cedric Guidon, Jan Mishak. Mishak actually with 2 points in this one. Joshua again for a second of the tournament. And Ty Slamanik with the empty netter. I remember that. Oh, was that a bad empty netter? But it was a good one for the Habs. Just I remember the Bruins had the puck, and then he's like, whiffed it on the pass, and Ty was like, meh. And there he was. He won it. Yep. And it was a slow first period, and I was like, oh God, not again. But the second and third period, they started looking like a team, and I was happy about that. I was getting fretful, Veronica.
Gee, were you?
And then they
I'm
won.
so shocked.
Yeah, I know. When children don't play a game correctly, I'm like, these fucking bastards better get their shit together. God damn
And
it.
they're probably just a little bit nervous too, right?
Oh, they're nervous. They've been playing
It's
hockey
a
their whole
big
life.
stage.
Oh my god. I've got to put the Habs jersey on.
They're
I got to do
children.
that thing. Whatever, they're children. They're professional hockey players. Speaking of that, more professional hockey stuff to talk about right after this, once we get through all the Habs stuff. Wow, in this article, let's see, today it was the game against the Ottawa Senators. I had to miss like the later half of the third period.
Yeah.
Canadiens rookies triumphed 2-1 over the Senators.
Well,
Monday
They
afternoon.
came back from losing.
Yeah. Did they? Oh yeah. They rallied back. Yep, they coughed in the first one. I'm like, not again. And today we saw Jan Spunner in goal for the Habs. Let's see. Then we're seeing pretty much a mix. Yeah, I mean, just we had people tagged in every which way for the forward line. But again, Owen Beck at top at center, Philip Machar, second line center. Florian Jackeye, top six, winging with Philip Machar. John Parker Jones back, but bottom fourth line guy with Jan Mishak. Yeah, really just throwing him out there. Just see what mixes. But Owen Beck, up there. Joshua up there. Sean Farrell up there. Those three guys. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta be real. Damn it. So, and then defense, Dave Reinbacher again with Trudeau. Mayu with Struble. Tourigny with Laun. And there it was. So I'm going to be real for a second. For those of you who don't know what Be Real is, it is an app that I am far too old to be using right now. As one does.
What is it?
It is essentially...
I've never even heard of it.
It is, well, good. I don't even have to explain. But now I B-rolled. God damn it. Comes out the worst times. So, Montreal goals by Riley Kidney and Jan Mishak. Joshua picks up yet another point. So he went... how's it go? He had he had points in every game. Good for him, Joshua. Cool. Looking forward to him. So that was great. And then that was a rookie tournament. So the Habs go 2-1, in the rookie tournament, and that is pretty much the preamble, as we say in lawyer terms, I think. To let's see here. Quick hits, etc. Habs rookies will be looking to end a tournament winning record after opening the event. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a rookie camp tomorrow in Montreal. I'm assuming that's gonna be at the complex in Brassard, which now has a new name.
Is it like the CN?
Yeah, the
Canadian Pacific.
The CN.
One of the two train
Sports
lines.
Mountain Building. Something like that. Well, it's a sports complex in Brussels.
Yeah.
Which is now almost easily accessible by the REM light rail. So if you want to take the rail from downtown Montreal to Brossard, you can at the low price of $3.75 a ride, just like the same as your Metro card.
Yes.
And all Metro rules apply to the REM, by the way.
Metro card was not cheap, man.
What?
To buy the plastic when I was there?
Oh yeah, I got I don't know why I did the Opus card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that all the time, and everyone looks at me weird. I'm like, what? Why not?
Yeah.
Like, you can just buy the ticket, Dave. I'm like, you know what? I like having the plastic with me. Merci. God damn it.
Yeah.
God.
You never know when you might need it to jimmy a lock or something.
Yeah, like I don't like I already have my titanium freaking Apple credit card to do that with.
Oh, that's true.
There. Which poor Canada needs that thing. I think it's amazing.
I think we have it.
So,
I just refuse to get it. I'm too paranoid.
Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, it's so good. This is
Too
the
tempting.
rest of the Habs news that I have. Media Day is back. That's going to be on Tuesday. I think following or probably during rookie camp. People can follow along on Twitch. Wow, they are hitting Twitch real hard. Starts at 9:30 in the a.m. for the East Coasters. Twitch.com, the Canadians channel on there. They'll have it's hosted by Kevin Raphael, who is like the pump up guy at the Bell Center.
Is it the same guy who was doing Twitch last year?
Yes, who's not named Mark Dumont.
Yes. Okay.
Not to get into that bag of weeds.
No.
Bag of snakes.
I don't want to.
Bag of gummy worms.
Twitch is just one more thing that it's just like, you know what? I'm done learning new things.
Oh, I love Twitch. Oh, I love Twitch.
I know you do, but you're a gamer too, right?
So yeah, well,
like AOC loves to do Twitch.
It is quite gamer centric. That's what it came up on.
Yeah.
But then when COVID hit, then everybody started doing Twitch just to do something.
Yeah.
And I use it for a lot of other things than just gaming. Though, funny enough, I met a Canadian guy who plays Microsoft Flight Simulator on Twitch. I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod before. And this guy literally just flies a plane on a video game and just talks throughout the entire flight. It's like, we're going from Thunder Bay to Nova Scotia today, and our flight time's going to be about 4.5 hours.
Now, is it like...
Oh, you're in the cockpit with the guy.
Oh, his windshield
Oh,
or
the
view or
whole nine thing. Yep. He's
okay.
checking. He's checking. he's checking all the stuff, all the latitude, gas pressure, how are the flaps today? Yeah, we're driving a prop plane, so it's going to take about 2 hours more. Welcome to the stream. Guy was so fun, though. He was so fun. Like, it's kind of wild, that game, because not only do they do like the flight, take off, land, and all that stuff, they also have people that play the game just to be air traffic controllers. So any players in the game landing at an airport, they have to direct what, lane and all that bullshit. You're cleared to land on lane 3, blah 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 blah, etc. Or give them clearance to take off and shit, and they all communicate. It's crazy. It's like this is the most.
This is topical for what I'm going to talk about later.
Oh, good, because it's such a docile gaming experience that is so rare in gaming, because everyone's usually like, yeah, I fucked your mom last night. It's like, whatever, Kevin, fuck you. Yeah, just the basic bullshit, as one does. So yeah, there'll be prizes on Twitch. Now, the real training camp, the real one, the one that isn't for children, the babies, like we're talking about the grown-ups, that one starts Wednesday. Finally, Wednesday. Training camp starts. Follow along, have social media for more details. Further to that,
and CSN 690.
Yes.
It's a good one if you can't be in front of a screen.
Yes. Yeah. Radio, all that stuff.
Get the iHeart app. I myself have TuneIn Radio.
Yes, there you go. For those of if anyone has an antenna still, adjust it.
That's how I listen on the train.
The red versus white scrimmage is this coming weekend on Sunday. I believe it is already sold out, but there it is. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. You'll be taking a look at Alex Newhook, new guy, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Caden Gooley, Arbor Jacki, Mike Matheson, Samuel Montambo, and others, which will be playing at the game this weekend. I am not going to that one. I could have, but I decided not to for some reason. I will be in Montreal this weekend, by the way. Maybe I'll see some of the training camp.
Maybe.
If I have time.
Yeah. You're busy. Social butterfly.
Yeah, I try. What else is going on Habs-wise? David Reinbacher has been in Montreal for a bit.
Did you see that little clip of him today?
Did I see the little clip of him today? I might have missed it.
They were playing like this kind of like mini football, football, and he caught the football and he won. And, people tried to catch him, and then he threw the ball down on the ground so that it spun the football, and he went like this. And all the guys started laughing, and everybody's like, ah! So I actually tweeted that out today when I saw it.
Excellent. We always need more people that like to have fun, God damn it.
Yes. But it was like this thing that was like, whoa.
I even think Martin St. Louis mentioned something like that when talking about Slavkovsky, like either this past week or something. He was saying that, we're developing the kid, but we want him to develop in a way that doesn't stunt his appreciation of the game. So they're trying to like even his workload as goes along. Like we want him to have fun, but we also want him to work, and we're trying to find a balance with that. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
It's going to be really fun to check that out, because the last thing I have to say about the Habs, and then people can probably tune off because like I said, we probably went through everything that we could with the Habs. Speaking of traveling, Juraj Slavkovsky returned to his hometown of Kosas, Slovakia this summer, and took a walk down memory lane to the places that shaped him into the person that he is today. I remember him meeting with kids and just other appreciators of hockey. And just all of that good stuff. So good for Juraj to spread some love to some other folks and catch up on his roots, because that's always so much fun. I know I was like going down to my old high school and egging it every once in a while, doing donuts in the parking lot until a cop comes by and then I jet out of there. It's one of the few joys I have in life.
There was one extra thing Habs related.
What happened? What I miss?
You didn't miss it.
What?
About Jeff Gorton saying that Mailloux is cleared as far as he's concerned.
That would make sense.
And it was divulged, or it was revealed, that he'd moved in with Paul Byron.
Oh, yes. I remember that. If we were talking about that I think we were talking about that on WhatsApp, our new
You were.
communication device that is in no
Yes.
way affiliated with anybody that we hate. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, well, it's Zuckerberg, yeah.
fucking
But
sucks.
I hate Zuckerberg
Damn it.
less.
Yeah, that's a
I do. I hate Zuckerberg less
I have a thin red line
until
with
we
that
find
one.
out more.
We could either jump over to Telegram or Signal, which is what drug users use.
We'll mull that one over.
I know. I'm just saying. Everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, we could use Signal." It's like, well, it's like no people
Isn't
that
that what the fucking insurrectionists were trying to? Something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Could go over to Discord, but all sorts of people on it. Anyway,
No,
it doesn't matter.
Discord. No, it's not for me.
Anyway,
So
WhatsApp's
not
okay.
to be resistant to it, but I'm resistant to it. So
So-
anyway, it was revealed that Mayu, and when I heard that, it's just like, I think he's doing everything right. Mayu.
It's we only see what they give us.
We only see what they give us, but
Mhm.
Paul Byron has brought him into his home with his wife and children.
Yeah, that is true. Paul Byron seems on the level.
You know,
Mhm,
so it
mhm,
just
mhm.
seems to me like he's doing everything right. He will always have his detractors, and there's always going to be different opinions of his crime. But
What's so funny is that during their warm-ups last week, he spoke to the media, and I was like, holy shit, I had no idea what this guy actually sounded like.
yeah,
Until
He's-
like
he's
until last
just a
week, I was
kid.
like, well, man, they kept like a freaking lid on him. I was like, whew.
yeah.
But no, it is a-okay. So no matter what anybody says, he is here and gonna see if he can keep his spot. We'll see.
Yep.
And then that's that.
And then there was a thing. Where was it? Somebody. Oh, Andrew Shaw is fucking flapping his gums again.
Oh, okay. So if anybody missed this drama over the past week, Andrew Shaw pretty much saying
Who's
because
an
everybody,
idiot, by the way.
yeah, the guy he's no good. But the guy's like he's talking about how was he on radio? Was he on an interview?
He was on a podcast.
Was he on Spittin' Chicklets or something? Like I think it was like a major one.
There was another major Spit and Chiclet things having to do with
Oh yeah,
the
Mike
former
Babcock.
Blue Jackets head coach. Yeah.
That's another.
But
frickin'
also Paul
thing.
Bissonnette, he's like the hardest blowhard leaf blower who exists. So he's got something again. Like they all hate him because Spetsen didn't play in the first home game that year. They all hate him. They'll never forgive him. So,
Oh jeez.
but so yeah. So the other thing was that Andrew Shaw was talking about how none of his teammates liked PK Subban. And everybody's
Wow.
like, we were never even teammates together. Well, you don't think Andrew Shaw talks to people around the NHL?
Oh my God.
A?
See, that was my
Otherwise,
whole
why would
thing.
you say that?
Oh my God. People are like, it's
Yeah, PK was a dick. He was an obnoxious dick.
what's
But-
funny about that is that people are like, yeah, but he gave money to a children's hospital.
Oh.
And yeah, like Hitler liked dogs, it's like, whatever. It's like people use charity as a shield against criticism, and PK is 100% check mark on that. You can be as humanitarian as you want. And PK does very good things, humanitarianly-ish. I mean, aside
Yeah.
from the Children's Hospital and a failed show on ESPN, like what the fuck happened to that? You remember that?
No
For
idea.
a second. It's like hosted by PK Subban, and they had like one episode and went away. Nobody knew what happened to it. I found an article. The Daily Hive talking about this Andrew Shaw debacle. They're saying
Okay.
that while they missed each other by one season in Montreal, thank you, person that wrote this, Andrew Shaw and PK Subban were one of the most notable characters in the Canadiens locker room in the 2010s. we're referring to it as the 2010s now. Shaw is apparently not a fan of the beloved defenseman by any means, and a collection of recently resurfaced Instagram comments from a July video highlighting.
Whose comments?
So the video is actually like a highlight reel of Subban in
Putting
the
his
NHL,
fucking foot
right?
in his mouth?
Well, I don't know. It's somebody put together like a video, either an NHL one or some fan put one together. I imagine it was more official PK Subban highlight reel.
Okay.
The Habs forward commented under this video. So Shaw is commenting under this. saying,
Oh,
you do know all his teammates hated him, right? That is what that completely changes the dynamic of what I thought this was about. I thought he was like at an interview or a podcast. They're like, oh,
that's
hey,
what it was. Yeah.
how was your time in the blah, 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 blah? And he's like, well, you know what? PK Subban fucking sucked. And the thing is, we have us as the Happy Hour have, you know, not
A
written,
revelation.
but oral confirmation that other teammates of Subban's in the past thought he was a piece of shit. And these were, you know, very upstanding people that would make you think, oh, they probably have a leg up on what I know just because I'm not a fucking neck jowling podcaster that doesn't know the first thing about how people interact with one another.
Well,
You
the
never
biggest
played with
thing-
him. Fucking.
You don't,
don't
you
have
didn't
to.
I had an Air Canada reservations person on the phone tell
Oh,
me a whole
yeah.
story about how awful he is. So he can be like, he doesn't have to be the saint who, oh
Oh.
my God. I watched a documentary very briefly on, it was just an HBO one.
Mm.
Interviewing the insurrectionists.
Oh, I can only imagine how that is.
One guy literally said he's anointed from God. He looked like a normal person saying this shit. And he said, well, he's second to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Donald Trump.
Yeah. So, and Shaw, the thing is, people responded to Shaw after his comment saying, do you know all his teammates hated him, right? And then somebody was like, well, what do you know? And then Shaw responded to this person, or whatever it was, saying that, well, more the one reason I dislike him. He's a bad, arrogant person who only cares about himself.
God, that person was
do Shaw. It's the pedal in the thing, the kettle in the pan, or whatever the fuck it is. And of course, the article goes on to say Subban, who pledged $10 million to the Montreal Canadiens hospital before he was traded in 2016, never publicly addressed the now 2-month-old comments from Shaw. How is this 2 months old all of a sudden reaching Twitter and people are getting pissed about it now? Man.
well, because and that's my whole point.
Because
is that
anybody-
he's not God, he's not Jesus.
Yeah. He's just a regular dude that is definitely
a
out
dick.
for himself. Yeah.
Who
Service industry
gave us-
people think he's a dick. It's like, fucking, my God, man.
Yeah.
They see him once on TV and they're like, I know everything about this man. He's my
Yeah.
friend. He's my favorite.
And what's also true now, don't forget that the timing of the whole children's hospital announcement, et cetera, had everything to do with the timing of
The
the vote for
captaincy.
the captaincy and everything else.
So-
Not to be cynical, but he's no dummy. That's one thing, is he's no dummy. But he can be all of those things. He can be a jerk who only cares about himself, and his teammates never liked him and all. He still provided us one of the top 5
yeah.
most thrilling moments we have seen as Habs fans.
The only reason
And that doesn't mean he's Jesus Christ.
The only reason I'm playing hockey today, like literally, I'm playing hockey today because I was inspired by PK's play on the Habs.
Yes.
Loved him.
Yes.
Then he goes away. The
then
Shaw,
he sucks.
the Shea Weber fallout happens, and then I finally got my moment of
Those
clarity, and I was like, I don't get why everyone's obsessed with defending him. And finally, the crack happened in my mentality. I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck's up with this guy? And also because
Yeah.
we have, people said, well, Subban, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
to
it is
name
kind of like
anybody
a cult
because that would
too,
be
right?
unfair to other folks. What?
It is kind of, frankly, like a cult.
Oh my God, it is.
He
It
can do
totally
no
is.
wrong, and
He-
you can
no.
never speak about him negatively.
Ever.
Why?
Ever.
Like,
Like, thank God he
you want to
don't.
let's malign Shea Weber, who
Yeah.
everybody adores.
Yeah.
They're
of
still
all
maligning
the
Shea Weber.
people. Like, what did Shea Weber ever do wrong?
Saint.
Who knows? He might
I know.
host dog fights in
everything
his
that-
basement. We don't know.
No, he would not.
Could you imagine?
No.
Hey guys, I went to
We would've
Weber's
heard
the other
about
day
it.
and they were hosting dog fights in the basement. It was $5,000 just to get into the betting pool. Could you imagine? Just some crazy shit like that. I went to the Weber's last night. Didn't envision myself witnessing a vicious cockfight. What? What do you mean? Oh Christ. So the article. Okay, let's see. When both players being retired from the NHL, it's unlikely that the pair will ever settle the beef on the ice. Either. Well, no shit. This.
No,
Okay,
and
now the
Shaw
article is
doesn't give a
getting
shit. He's
stupid.
just telling the truth.
But unlike Shaw, who left the Canadiens after 3 seasons, Subban was welcomed back to Montreal earlier. Oh yeah, you remember that his coming to the Bell Center ceremony. That was odd.
His goodbye again.
Yup, and then Carey Price in with a triple low
Such a
5.
dumb idea.
Just play all the hits. Just play all the hits and go
Yeah.
away, and we can revisit this in 5 years when he retires again. Fucking, I don't know. Yeah, when he actually finishes donating the money. Because where are the receipts? Who knows?
And it's still like still in all his defenders still don't understand that he pledged it to raise that money.
It's so.
He didn't take money out of his pocket, 10 million bucks, and go, here you go.
It's like as if
But
like
if that's the like
I'm washing my hands of this.
I'm washing my hands. That's the last time I'm speaking about him.
There
Until
was
the next
a
time he says something stupid like about Lizzo.
or until he retires again, we have to have another fucking
Oh,
ceremony at
God,
the
we
Bell
have to have
Center
another
and
fucking
blah,
ceremony?
blah, 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 blah.
Oh God,
So
stupid.
there was a great webcomic on Instagram the other day, and it was about, and the comic is 2 dudes sitting at a table, one's drinking. It's like, dude, I can't believe one of my heroes ended up being an asshole again. And the caption under it is like, imagine having women as heroes instead of men. It's like, ooh, that's a good one. Can't name too many women rapists, and this is a bit in the whole Russell Brand
Mary Kay Letourneau.
of nuts. Oh, well, see.
Yep.
Damn it! We messed up!
Mary Kay Letourneau. Rest in peace.
Wow,
She died
Jesus,
of
you got
cancer.
that name. You had it.
I
You
will.
got locked in
It was
chambers.
so appalling. I was
Yeah,
so
just-
disgusted. I was. Oh, he was a child. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking a child.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, of course, the article ends. Not bad for a guy whose teammates all supposedly hate him. Carey Price liked him. That's it. Fucking Al Sciola, idiot. All right, I'm gonna close out his fucking article then. You're welcome for the one hit I gave your fucking website.
And-
Go have
and
a.
you know
Let me
what?
write you a check.
When players came back to town, like for example, when Shea Weber went back as a Hab for his first game as a Hab, the Predators dressing room, down to a man, was just extolling his virtues.
Oh yeah.
When Subban came back to Montreal, all I remember is Gally saying he likes to make everything about himself. So what's new? You know, like, I mean, it's 2 + 2.
Oh my god, I'm trying to find like another world comparison with Subban, and like it's almost like it's almost like Elon Musk. All the people that love him, the guy's a fucking idiot, and like that meme
You should
where
watch
it's
that
like,
Bill Burr clip.
yeah, I gotta, because I love Bill Burr. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Wu Tang is for the children. Tweeted it. That's it. They're a great account.
you
I have
have to
notifications
watch
set
more
up.
Star Wars because Bill Burr is actually in it, and it's funny. Oh, all right, little factoid about Barry, really quick. You watched all of Barry.
All of it.
Okay. Final season, Barry's in his car listening to a bunch of evangelicals trying to they're trying to
Justify lifestyle.
murder.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
the guy that Barry was listening to, it was Bill Burr. And Bill Burr was saying, like, you know, I played minor league hockey for 5 years and I hit this guy into the board so hard that it killed him. Did I feel bad? Kinda, but in the presence of the Lord, I found reconciliation and blah, blah, blah. And Barry was like, nailed it. And then that was Bill Burr.
The writing on Barry was
Fantastic.
without peer. There was, and also, like, no spoiler, but Fred Armisen appears in the final episode or the penultimate episode.
Oh, yeah.
And just out of curiosity, like Max and I went down a rabbit hole and we started watching like YouTube interviews of Bill Hader and Fred Armisen. And then the Californians, remember that skit on
The
SNL?
Californians. You gotta take the 2 down to me.
Hader could not get through a scene because Armisen would be like, "Excuse."
Hey, here,
Here.
the Californians.
And Hader would be like, Hader couldn't be on screen with Armisen without cracking. Same thing. He did a Howard Stern interview. And anyway, we watched all of this YouTube stuff. Obviously, I adore Bill Hader, but Fred Armisen, like Hader can't be around him.
I love those skits so much. Also because Kristen Wiig is so good in them too. Oh my god.
The way she looks in her.
So fucking good. I got to you know what we did before? I want to make sure I don't forget that we do this now.
Ooh.
If we had any YouTube comments, I don't think we had many though to go through. Let's see.
Banana Cheeks came to me on Threads, and he sent me a link for the disco version of Buffalo Soldier that I mentioned last week. So very
right.
thanks.
And
Many thanks.
The only comment we got also on YouTube was, it's actually assistant to the captain.
No, it's not.
Idiot. He says it is. He says that's it.
Maybe he was joking.
Well, now
He has
I'm
a good sense of
now I'm
humor.
curious.
Now it's Tyler. We know you're listening or watching.
See, okay,
watching.
Wikipedia is saying it's alternate captain.
It's alternate captain.
Yeah. That would be pretty funny.
I think he was joking. When I saw that, I did see that comment, and I think he was joking.
That's a pretty funny one.
That was my
though.
first reaction.
Oh, look. That's a nice article because it mentions Jean Beliveau. Why 5 cups as captain? Ah, awesome. So that's okay. So that was the only YouTube comment. So that's easy. Whoop, that's done. Okay. One more hockey related thing. Today was a very, very important day for hockey in general, as the PWHL had their inaugural draft today. And guess where I watched it? Twitch. The whole damn thing. Well, not the whole thing, but like the first 6 rounds out of 15.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And why that many rounds? There's only 6 teams.
Yeah.
So, but it was such a weird and yet very cool draft because you have, girls coming out of college getting drafted, or you have seasoned veterans being drafted too. So anywhere from a 22-year-old to like a 34-year-old being drafted in these teams. And it was such a cool damn thing to witness. So the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League, is official. However, we have no team names, no team logos, and we still don't know what ranks they're going to be playing at.
So, because obviously they're not playing this season.
Well, no. They're playing January 1st.
Oh.
It is going to start like around New Year's, is that they're going to try to get a something of a season together.
Yeah.
And then they're going to take it from there. But it's like, they had so many people talking about it. And I'm trying to think, well, okay, so Montreal podcast. Of course, we got Marie-Philippe Poulin. We got Lauren Stacy. And a goalie whose name I cannot remember because she's not familiar to me. But we already got 2 great players, like phenoms of the sport, which is going to make Montreal the fucking, ladies hockey folks. They do have a website where
A really great follow for women's hockey is Robin Flynn. Or at least she used to be. I don't know if she's around Twitter anymore. And Mark Dumont, great champion for women's hockey.
Jared Brooke as well.
Yes,
Come to
Book.
think of it. Book?
Yeah,
It's Jared Book? Like a
Correct.
un livre?
un livre.
Oh, no. I'm pissed about this already.
I used to know a guy whose last name was Brain.
Fuck,
And he always told me, it's a good thing I'm smart. Or it's a good thing I wasn't dumb. Because his last name was actually Brain.
And back in high school, we had a guy named Ryan Claps we'd always be like, Ryan. It was such a good time. He loved it. He works for Amazon now, so he's fine, everybody. He's fine. The guy has a yacht.
Don't worry about him.
The guy watches fucking water polo Olympics on his yacht in the middle of, I think, Vancouver somewhere. He's out there. Or Seattle, I should say.
Yeah. It's nice boating weather right now. Beautiful and 20 degrees.
Yes. So at Jared Book, because he was actually tweeting, God damn it, all about it today. Aaron Ambrose was picked 6th overall, which was the first pick for Montreal in the draft. Of course, typical Montreal got shafted in the lottery, picking last in the first round. God damn it. Freaking A. As one does. And yeah, that's it. No, so I just wanted to make sure that was mentioned because the PWHL is happening whenever I'm in Montreal, which is often. I'm hoping to catch a ladies' game. Should be a lot of fun. The other teams would be Michigan or Minnesota. Which one's the state of hockey? Minnesota?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
So Minnesota, Montreal, Ottawa, New York, Boston, and Toronto. There it is. So those are the 06 for
awesome.
Yep, the original 6 of ladies hockey.
I wonder if they'll play in the in the Bell Center when the Habs are away. It's an option. Could be too big of a venue because it might be need to build its following. It's so new, but
well, what was interesting about this? I was keeping lurid stats, even though that's too harsh a word to use for this context. The Habs game on YouTube peaked at around 3,500 viewers for like a training, for like a rookie game, right? I was just watching it just to see. While the PWHL draft, the draft for women's hockey was like around 700. I was like, that's more people than I would expect would be watching this currently. But, me, I'm a straight, white, healthy male, so I don't really have the in-depth optics of this sort of thing. But I was happy that there were people there. And it was moderated, like the whole 9 yards. And games, apparently, will also be on Twitch, though. Whoever the moderator was on Twitch said that she had to double check it with CBC Broadcasting, et cetera, this and the other thing. And so it's a whole thing. So they're getting their ducks in a row, as they say.
Yeah, very exciting.
Putting the
Double
horse
hockey
before the carriage.
Yeah,
as is proper in carriage and horse buggy, logistics.
Right. You don't put the cart before the horse.
No, absolutely not. Like the last thing to. Okay. Anyway. That's all of the hockey news I have, unless I missed some other drama.
No, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah. Andrew Shaw was never even teammates. Are we going to talk about what we're watching?
Yeah, we can. I was pushing for an hour. Over? We do have plenty of time to do that. I guess we could conclude on what we're watching. Is there anything else on my mind?
I'm watching a lot of things because the boyfriend and I were vegetables all weekend.
Ooh, that's so fun though.
Because we both have a big week this week. And so we just did like marathon of stuff. I rewatched 9/11 One Day in America with him just because I knew he would be so impressed.
Oh, yeah, because it's
good, David.
It's 9/11. Make sure you don't forget.
Good. No, and also, anyway, quickly today, Dia de las Patrias in Chile, the national holiday.
Yes.
Saludos compatriotas. And so, so what I was watching, we watched this also in its entirety. It's only 7 episodes, but Hijack with Idris Elba on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, how's that?
Excellent.
Good.
It's kind of slow in the beginning because it's 7 episodes of one flight.
Yeah. Have you seen Idris Elba though?
Oh, I could look at him all day.
It's on when it comes to Apple TV. That's one of the next ones I want to watch. Though my show to watch, which I will mention in a little bit, is also an Apple TV thing. Anyway.
Oh, and so there's a lot of cockpit stuff. There's a lot of hijacker stuff, and obviously, but what you were mentioning about the air traffic controllers, that was one of the protagonists in this show, and I loved her so much. But in the end, it's not like it is an extremely convoluted like web of stories and sort of plot, or I guess that's what that's called, and twists and turns, and we just enjoyed it immensely. And it was just like really like Apple TV Plus is not fucking around.
No, it really isn't, and I'm so happy that that's the case. Because there are tons of shows I watch on Apple
Yep.
TV Plus now. Like, there's varying degrees because I'm a big
Yes.
sci-fi guy. What have I been watching?
Mm.
The season, I should say, finale of Foundation was this
Okay.
previous week. And Foundation, I've spoken about Foundation before. Isaac Asimov was the original author for movie. So I, Robot, that movie based off an Isaac Asimov novel.
Quote
That
machine,
becomes-
Isaac Asimov.
What's that?
He was a quote machine.
Yes, he was. He's
Yeah.
also made it very difficult for ladies to break into the sci-fi realm in the 50s because he was a raging pervert and misogynist. Like
That's when it was like, yay!
Oh yeah, that's cocktails
Perverts
and
and
let's
misogynists.
slap the
Yeah.
waitress's ass. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, sugar, give me
Honey.
another drink.
Yeah.
I have no idea how the lifestyle's like. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the series super far future stuff and the wrapped up, and I thought it was okay. A lot of people watch it and they're like, I have no fucking idea what's happening in this show. And it's like, yeah, because it's fucking complicated, the crap that they're
Yeah.
talking about. It's about this guy who is like a mathematician of mathematicians, and he maths out
word
this
already.
thing called psychohistory. And what that means is that using probability, he can sort of kind of almost always predict the future of major events. So he presents this to the Galactic Empire, and it says the Galactic Empire will fall in 100 years. And the guy's like, banish this man. And then things start happening. The show takes place over the span of like 200, 300 years, where people are being cryologically frozen, woken up 50 years later to take care of something and going back. And it's all over the damn place. But I like it because I like sci-fi a lot. There's that one.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
there's the show Invasion, which is kind of like the movie.
We started it.
Oh,
We're on like episode 3 of the first season.
it's kind of cool how they do it.
I
think.
actually like it so far.
It's Independence Day, but about the
yes, you
world.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how international it is.
Yes.
It talks about
Yes.
it talks about the kids in England, right?
Mhm. Casper.
It talks about military men, U.S. military in Afghanistan. Like, imagine just being like, oh, we gotta shoot some people that the Bushes hate.
Yeah.
Oh shit, aliens invaded. What are we gonna do? So they need like a military
Spoiler.
thing. There's the scientists in Japan trying to figure all that stuff
Yes,
out.
the astronaut.
Yep, all of that stuff, and
Yeah.
and there's other plots, and then just the family in New York. the mom.
I'm enjoying it so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna watch some without him.
What it does is that it's the show pretty much takes maybe 5 or 6 different perspectives about this world event happening, and eventually maybe ties it in, maybe doesn't, but
Okay.
it's a
La, 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 la,
it's a
la.
cool thing. It's cool. I like how they do it.
I know that we're late to the party.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's
we're
only
excited.
the second season only started like this month or last month. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
What else is okay? And the last thing I'll mention with Apple TV Plus is the
Mm-hmm.
show Extrapolations, which I think
Yeah.
is a liberal wet dream to the climate crisis.
Oh,
Every episode, as far as I can tell, like I think like the first episode is in like 2038 and things are getting worse, and then they go to another episode and it's like 2045, another episode, a few more decades, another episode, a few more
Right.
decades. But it is a star-studded cast. Like the episode I watched today had Meryl Streep in it. Yeah.
J'adore.
Yeah, no. Like Kit Harington's in it for Game of Thrones fans. Kit Harington, he's cool. I like him though. I like watching his stuff.
Name rings a bell.
Yeah, what else? The guy who was playing the new Perry Mason was in it as well, and I loved
Oh, I
him
love
as well.
him.
Just
He's an Aussie.
tons and tons of actors, but it is definitely, sugar coated,
Yeah.
as in if we don't do anything, the world will burn. Like
Yeah.
one of the episodes, it's like, this is the last humpback male, and we have to help him. It's like, well, I mean, I guess,
Well,
and we do.
let's stir a little fear into people.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the whole
Fucking do
point of it. Like,
something.
it is good, but I'm also like, wow, this is so campy. But
Yeah.
I get it. I get
it's
it.
Just it's entertainment.
I get it.
It's not a documentary.
I like being scared, even though I'm
It's like
watching this
snakes
and I'm
on a
like,
plane. That shit's never gonna happen.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Apple
Anyway,
TV
I
Plus.
recommend Invasion. Idris is he's just perfection.
Oh, he's so
He
good.
just is anyway. But
He
his
would have
character,
been.
so it's just like yay.
He would have been a great James Bond if they go that way.
Oof. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I actually don't think that was ever concluded, that whole drama with the new James Bond.
Yeah, I dropped that whole thread. I don't know.
It flared up and then it petered out, and I think
Yeah.
it petered out because of COVID.
People are nuts. Oh, could be.
Honestly,
And
Like, I
now nobody's gonna be
remember-
writing anything. So
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's right.
coming back to the table.
Oh, and I was just thinking about buying a car next month. Auto workers go on strike. God fucking damn it. So, car price is going to go. It's so crazy because, like, 2020 comes. I'm like, oh, maybe I should start looking into a condo. Let me actually buy property. And then fucking COVID happened. I was like,
Yeah.
shit. And then the housing
Yeah.
market. And
Mm-hmm.
man, life is so hard as a straight white male that's healthy on my podcast.
Why does everything happen to you?
Why does it always happen to me? Why is it all my fault? Tom Segura was super funny in that fucking stand-up, though. I was like, oh my lord.
I'm gonna look that up later.
He's saying, like, he's with his kid. Kid's like maybe 3 or 4, showering, right? Taking a bath, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. And the kid's
Taking
like,
a bath.
you have a big penis. I have a small penis. And
Small.
Tom Segura's like, instead of doing like the mature thing and being like,
Wholesome.
whoa, it's just over time we become bigger. And he's like, no! Because his whole thing was like, if somebody says that at the fucking supermarket, if this kid says that, I'm gonna be in trouble. So I love it. I'll have to look it up for you on Netflix.
Yeah.
That one is.
Yes,
but-
please.
And I'll look
Okay.
up the Bill Burr thing. And
Yeah.
aside from that, I'm good. Do you have anything else for us, Veronica?
No, that's about it. Yeah, so many things were going through my brain when I was watching the 9/11 documentary again with my boyfriend, and I enjoyed it just as much the next time. We're talking about the testimonials. First of all, the New York accent, the New York City accent. It almost like
Hey.
it's just it was just such an authentic, and we're talking about these real people with real emotions who are still super
yeah.
damaged,
Mhm.
obviously.
Mm-mm.
And the way it's presented is so good. But one thing that impressed me, because New York City is sort of this, like, labeled as this impersonal, hey, I'm walking here, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But like in
nice.
the clips that I saw, and I found out why there was so much footage, is that the original firefighter who was checking the gas leak like 4 blocks away from the World Trade Center when the first plane hit, he had a film crew with him that day who was doing a documentary about the FDNY, and that's why there's so much film on this
no.
day.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Is
And I
that
actually learned that last
why?
night on 60 Minutes. I know. Oh, don't even. And so, but what impressed me was that
Yeah.
people would, when they were running away, people who fell, perfect strangers were grabbing them and carrying them.
Mm-hmm. No,
And
no.
I just
New
thought,
York is a nice town.
Would that happen in today's USA?
I'm sure. Something like
Maybe
that
New York
happening.
City.
I would even say in New York
Well,
City.
The insurrection at the Capitol, I thought that would galvanize the whole country to say, this is fucking over the line and that's over.
There's
And no, I genuinely, naively, stupidly thought that.
there's a I'm very into the idea that the media is to blame for a lot of it. Like what came up recently, whereas Donald Trump had an interview that was aired on something legitimate, legitimate CNN, MSNBC, Fox, or something like that, riddled with lies, as is
Fox is
par
not
of the
legitimate.
course. And people were legitimately saying, like, why even air it if it's just a bunch of crap?
That's
And,
all it is.
then you have fucking Joe Walsh being like, you have to interview him. He is
No,
the
that's
he is
bullshit.
the GOP candidate of blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, you don't.
Nope.
It's freedom of the
He's
press.
not even the candidate yet.
Yeah. And that's,
But-
see, it's a whole, man, all the trials that are going to be happening. Okay. We're going to see what's going to happen with all that. But I don't
Well,
know.
what you see of the reporting on that day of the 6th, Fox News was already that night talking about how the FBI and it was actually Antifa and it was Black Lives Matter. Like
Yep.
they were immediately like, instead of like, but as we know behind the scenes, they were like, tell your dad to fucking call it off. You know, but they're just so cynical and awful, terrible people who despise their audience. But Rachel Maddow, when I think it was the second or third or fourth time that the asshole was arraigned,
Yeah.
she said, okay, he's back at the tarmac. He's going to speak to the press. We are not going to air his remarks.
Yeah.
We will come back later and see if there's anything newsworthy that he had to say, but we're not going to air it because we understand that broadcasting lies damages us as a news network.
That's pretty much it.
And
That
that's
is.
it. That's how you do it. Anyway.
Dan
Politics.
Rather writes a lot of articles, like daily articles about random stuff that happens, and he is on it, 100% on it all the time.
Yeah. Very good.
I have to. I forget where he's doing, but just like do Dan Rather articles, and I'm sure you'll
Like Substack, I think.
like a
he's doing
stack, yeah,
Substack.
like a Substack or something like that. He does, and there's
Yeah.
they're gold. Every one of them is a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
home run. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Dan. I think
There's
he
an
has a writer
old-
that helps him out a bit, but like still, because the guy's like 170 years old.
It's fine.
Yeah.
There's an old clip that's famous, and it's Ted Koppel telling Hannity to his face that he's damaging to the nation, and that he's a threat to the nation, and that his station and shows like his are bad for society to his face.
Yeah, it is like Fox News in general. Like I don't,
They did quit almost $1 billion.
I don't condone
They settled.
violence, but one of my favorite quotes out of the whole trial, and eventually, it didn't go to trial. Like, like you said, they settled for like $1 billion with the voting machine stuff.
For being liars.
Because whatever Fox executives said, the people that listen to us are a bunch of cousin fucking racist idiots. They know. And this was not hidden fact. It was broadcast by a bunch of people. And Veronica, one of my favorite terms to use when it comes to these type of people, the willfully ignorant.
Yeah.
They are being grifted on purpose, and they're allowing themselves to be grifted on purpose because it makes them feel warm and cozy, and they don't have to worry
I used
about
to try to
anything.
have compassion for them
No.
because a lot of them are
Zero.
genuinely simple
Zero.
and, just trusting and all
Zero.
of that stuff. But
Yeah.
fucking pick up a book. Like, listen to the shit that he's saying and then look at what your eyes are telling you. Like, so, I've
That's
lost
not gonna
complete
help.
compassion for them. And I think that there's never going to be enough money in the world to deprogram this cult.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope.
The Germans did
He's
it sort of
anointed
kind
from
of.
God.
Anointed
That
from God.
piece of trash. It's just shocking.
The only other thing I want to say is that The Little Prince, the book, I found this out today because it was actually in an episode of Extrapolations. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't thought about The Little Prince in forever. Right. And I
It's
think
beautiful.
Beth, we were speaking to Beth before. She was right. It was probably for whatever French class I had in high school. Probably it assigned it for like translations and shit. I might actually pick it up, like the actual French version, actually read
Yes.
through it and do it because of all
It's
the
a
things.
short. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
should.
Yeah. So that'll be good practice. Now, I didn't like, I knew the book was a big deal, but I didn't realize how much of a big deal. Whereas the crazy factoid I found out today is that it is the second most translated book ever. And it's like, oh, what's the most translated book ever? The fucking Bible. So you look at the Bible, and then right under it, The Little Prince. Of all fucking things. And the author, who I didn't recognize out of my, friggin' head. Very interesting fellow. A failure almost until his dying day, except for The Little Prince.
And the book is in every house, or at least it used to be when I was growing up, in every house in the world.
Exactly. Crazy. Like 140 million copies sold. And it's like top 10 book of all time, apparently.
And you will feel feelings.
Yeah. All right. That's it for today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Yep. Goodbye. Training camp on Wednesday.
Yep.
Like the real one. And then we're done. Bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for listening
Bye.
and watching.
Oh.
Subscribe, rate, review.
Oh.